Bitcoin has started 2021 with an absolute just bang, blasting up to $40,000, setting a new all-time high, creating a lot of FOMO for people to get in before the price goes higher, buying at $40,000, $41,000, $42,000. But at $42,000, Bitcoin is pretty gosh darn overheated. But even at the current prices, Bitcoin is still more than 50% over the all-time highs from 2017. So many are starting to ask the question, is it too late to buy Bitcoin? Is now a good time? Has the ship sailed? Or is now the exact time to be looking at getting a position or adding to your Bitcoin stack? Well, in this video, I will discuss just that. My name's Lark, and every single day I make videos to help you make money investing. So if that is what you want to do, then make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to make sure that you catch all of my videos. By the way, every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I send out the Wealth Mastery Investor Report to members. So every single issue of this report includes a deep dive altcoin report, top tier technical analysis looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins, a step-by-step DeFi tutorial, a trending coin report, the latest token sales and airdrops, and much, much more. All of that for less than $10 a week, making this the most value-packed and the most affordable investor report on the market. So click on the link down below where you can learn more about becoming a member today. Okay, so is it too late to buy Bitcoin? Nah. No is the answer. That's the shorter answer anyway. It is definitely not too late to buy Bitcoin. But why? Why, Lark, is it not too late to buy Bitcoin? Well, for that, we need to take a few minutes to unpack it a little bit. First, we need to talk about the current price of Bitcoin. Now, many people obviously wanted to FOMO into the top when Bitcoin is $42,000. Many people did FOMO into the top when Bitcoin is $42,000, but $42,000, that's not it. That's not the high watermark. The price will go higher eventually. Now, Bitcoin has retraced, and most people, of course, currently, because the price is down like 25% or something under the all-time high, they're kind of scared to buy it now that it's cheaper. Everybody wanted to get it at $42,000, right? And the human mind's a funny thing. Now that it's cheaper, nobody wants to buy it, right? But the fundamentals have not changed with the price retracement. It's just giving you an opportunity to buy something fundamentally strong at a discount. Bitcoin's not going to zero. If you liked it at $42,000, you should freaking love it at $32,000. But that is not what most people will do. But you gotta remember that old saying, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. Well, others are fearful right now. Now is the time to be greedy and, of course, to buy some Bitcoin. Also, let me show you this. This chart shows the Bitcoin 4-year trends. Now, as you can see, we're only like about a third to halfway through this current bull market cycle. Now, up to this point, the 4-year cycle has generally proven to be true. So this is what we're watching for at the moment. We still have a lot of opportunity going higher for the market. This current market downtrend also is nothing extraordinary. It's nothing out of the ordinary. The last bull run, there were 7 corrections of 30% or more. So this current correction bottomed out at 31% under the recent high at $42,000. This is all normal stuff. These are good dip buying opportunities. That's it. So anyway, when considering the current price, the answer is no. It is far from too late to buy Bitcoin. Was it better to buy it under $10,000? Yeah, but it's still pretty good to buy it now. In fact, I'm not the only one who thinks that it's not too late to buy Bitcoin. Big money investors, they have been piling into Bitcoin like crazy since the pullback from $42,000. Particularly, they've been really buying a lot of Bitcoin around like the $30,000, $31,000, $32,000 area. Now, since Bitcoin passed its all-time high, we've actually seen announcements from a lot of companies saying they're buying Bitcoin. Marathon bought $150 million worth of Bitcoin. MicroStrategy bought $660 million worth of Bitcoin. Skybridge raised $310 million for a Bitcoin fund. The world's largest asset manager, BlackRock, announced their Bitcoin play, and many, many more stories beyond that. In fact, we've seen record buying of Bitcoin over the last 3 weeks. In particular, we've seen a lot of buying of like really big amounts of Bitcoin, right? Guys who are buying like more than 1,000 Bitcoin at a time. That's evidenced by the surge in the new whale accounts. Whales, of course, are Bitcoin holders who have 1,000 or more Bitcoin in their wallets. Coinbase's OTC desk has been on fire. We've seen so many big withdrawals happening from Coinbase. Withdrawals of Bitcoin from really just major exchanges across the board. They are the highest that they've been in years. The supply of Bitcoin on exchanges continues to reach record lows. Bitcoin being bought up by the Grayscale investment trusts keeps just, hitting new highs of massive amounts, like breaking new daily records of how much Bitcoin they're buying. So yeah, all of the publicly traded companies and institutions and hedge funds and family offices, etc., 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 all these players, they think that now is a pretty damn good time to buy Bitcoin, and that it's far from being too late. You know what they say? Follow the money. Look what the big money's doing. They're buying Bitcoin right now. Now, one of the key reasons that they're buying Bitcoin is because they're playing the long-term game. Most casual investors in this market, they don't play the long-term game. They're playing the short-term game. But the big money guys, they have got the discipline, they have got the money to easily sit on their Bitcoin purchases for years. So they just start getting the supply into their hands, and then they're waiting. Now, why would they want to sit on Bitcoin for years? Well, because they know that $42,000 was not the high water mark for Bitcoin. Long term, the goal for Bitcoin is, to be gold 2.0. This means that we're looking for Bitcoin to challenge the market cap of gold, which is worth around $10 trillion. That means these investors are looking at Bitcoin as an asset that can still gain like 1,600% from its current levels to reach a per coin price of around $500,000. Well, some people may think that's just too crazy, that number's too high, Bitcoin can never go up there. We have to remember there's only 21 million Bitcoin max ever. There will never be more than that. In fact, millions of Bitcoin have already been lost. So realistically, we're going to have like 17 million Bitcoin or something that's actually available at some point to be purchased, right? This is one of the world's scarcest assets. We have a lot of people who are hodlers last resort. They're not selling their Bitcoin anytime soon, if ever. And right now, big money is scrambling to stake their claim over as much of the supply as possible because they understand it's a scarce asset and the people who control the supply will have a lot of power. Many of the most respected investors in this asset class frequently state that the price target for this asset, it's in the hundreds of thousands of dollar range. A lot of people are bringing up market cap of gold. That's one of the most common targets. That's a $500,000 Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's like 32,000 right now, up to 500,000. I mean, that's a pretty good return, right? And as an investment, Bitcoin, in a lot of ways, is superior to gold. I mean, it does also have the benefit, too, of still being in price discovery mode, whereas gold is much more of an established asset. It doesn't, gold's not going to do a 20x, right, or a 10x, but Bitcoin probably will. Bitcoin, for most of these investors too, it's the safe bet in the crypto market. If you're buying Bitcoin as well, you have to keep in mind that you're buying Bitcoin before the majority of the big money institutional players buy Bitcoin. You're buying Bitcoin before the Bitcoin ETF is approved. That's going to happen at some point, right? You're getting in before that hype happens. You're buying Bitcoin before the first major central bank like Switzerland or someone like that buys Bitcoin. That's going to cause a whole new level of, hype and price movement. You're buying Bitcoin before most regular investors have it even on their radar, let alone buy it. So keep stacking those Satoshis. Buy just a little bit of Bitcoin. Keep your time preferences low because over the next years, Bitcoin is going to go a lot higher. So be ready for that. Anyway, I want to hear from you. What do you think? Is it too late to buy Bitcoin? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching today's video and peace out till next time.